You might have studied everything about the airline where you're applying to be a cabin crew member, but if you make a mistake or say one of these 9 phrases I'm about to share, you'll surely be cut from the selection process at any stage. So be careful and stay sharp. Hello, how are you? I'm Romulo Gutierrez. This is the Fly Deck Briefing Channel. I've been a recruiter and selector for 28 years, working for major airlines around the world. Currently, I conduct training for recruiters from 45 airlines across the globe. And I'm here in this video to tell you the 9 phrases that cabin crew should never mention during their interview. If you say these phrases, you're certainly going to have a lot of problems. The first phrase or word you should never mention is difficulty adapting. Got it? Remember that a cabin crew member must be skilled at dealing with different cultures, an expert at handling unexpected situations if they arise, following protocols, and very organized with routines, onboard routines that are linked, for example, to the flight attendant position. So if in the interview, at the open day, event day, or the online stage, it doesn't matter, you mention having trouble adapting to new things, new colleagues, new environments, or a base where you'll be stationed in another place or country, that's one of the main reasons people are cut, okay? So a lack of adaptability eliminates thousands of cabin crew candidates at Emirates, Delta Airlines, American Airlines, Qantas, Lufthansa, British Airlines, and many other airlines worldwide. This is the first phrase you should avoid. Second one, let's go. When the candidate ends up focusing too much on the benefits and not on the job itself. I know that a career as a cabin crew member is an excellent career in terms of salary, in terms of benefits, the chance to see different places, and I know that appeals to many candidates. But on the other hand, I need to warn you that during the interview or any interaction with airline recruiters, when you focus too much, for example, I'm very excited about the flight discounts I'll get, traveling the world, the salary, the benefits. While all of that is important, your focus in the interview must be on the work, the tasks, the things you'll need to do, and the challenges you'll have to face. If I'm, for example, in the selection process right now for CAFE, I hypothetically need much more to show a willingness to adapt to the aviation culture, the airlines culture, than to actually be focused on the benefits or a glamorous life wherever I'm going to live, wherever I'm going to travel. Be very mindful of that. Regarding the mistakes made, I've left an ebook that's here in the video description. It just appeared on the screen. It's in the description and also in the first comment. It's my ebook, which covers the 50 mistakes that cause cabin crew to fail in any selection process. Pay close attention. So you don't fail, click and check out the ebook. You can click the link or go directly to the page, which is www.flydeckbriefing.com/ebook. And you can check it out there. Now let's move on to the third phrase, or third mistake. That must never be made. Speaking ill of your previous job, what can I tell you? You need to value and show what you've learned, even from things that weren't so great in your career. All right? Maybe you had a manager who was hard to deal with. Maybe you've already worked with customers at other airlines. Always try to value your experiences, even the negative ones. Showing the person interviewing you, in this case the recruiter, that you're someone who can absorb, learn, and improve continuously. Continuous improvement all the time. That will certainly help you a lot, okay? So, for example, I'm in an interview with EasyJet right now. I'm a candidate for cabin crew, and the question comes up, Romulo, why did you leave your last job where you worked at a clothing store in London? Let's look at a hypothetical situation. I had a lot of problems with the company because the company didn't value me. I felt undervalued. I'm not going to mention that in the interview. I'll say, I worked there for a year and 6 months. It was a very timely period. There, I developed an important ability to deal with customers from different cultures, different profiles, and different capacities to invest and buy clothes with different financial backgrounds. And that gave me the ability to serve in a consultative way, understanding the customer's needs. And it was a very timely period. And the experiences I had there, I'll carry with me for life. So in this scenario I'm presenting, of course, it's a fictional example. All of this happened. It's true. It's true. But on the other hand, some things happened that weren't good. But those, I won't bring them up in the interview because it might fail you. Pay attention to the next mistakes because they fail people a lot. By the way, if you're still with me at this point in the video, I'll ask you to leave a like and say, look, I'm here. I'm here, so I know you're here right now and you're supporting me. You help me when you do that. Before I move on to the fourth mistake, the fourth phrase of the 9 I'll teach you, in case you want to do a live online individual mentoring session via Google Meet to train for any stage of your selection process. The virtual interview, the recorded interview, the group dynamic, the face-to-face interview, or other stages, you can also book this at the first link, which is pinned in the comments and also in the video description, okay? There, you'll find my WhatsApp option where you'll talk. You won't talk to an artificial intelligence. You'll talk to me, okay? And then I'll understand a bit more about your process so we can schedule the sessions. Or else you can click on the website link that's down here, okay? There you click, you choose the days, choose the times, all on the calendar, all right there, perfect for you. There, you already describe a briefing related to your needs, make the payment through the Hotmart platform, which is accepted in more than 100 countries, with clear refund policies, 100% secure, and you already received the links for the sessions you booked on Google Meet, okay? And for sure, it'll be a pleasure to help you. The website for booking has the WhatsApp, which is below, and the website here is www.flydeckbriefing.com, okay? And I'll see you there. And one more thing, subscribe and leave your like here at Flydeck Briefing. Let's go to the fourth big mistake now. Cliche answers. The recruiter asks you, tell me one point you need to improve. I'm a big perfectionist. So what do I say to you? We are human. Because we're human, we have flaws. And the recruiter, he won't fail you, for example, in the interview for Air France or Frontier, because you have mistakes. He would like to understand the mistakes you have, and if these mistakes hinder the profession of flight attendant, or if these mistakes would hinder you from fitting into the company culture, the airline's culture. All right. So, for example, I'm in the interview for Qatar Airways and they asked me, tell me a flaw. And then I say, oh, I'm a total perfectionist. Terrible idea. Terrible idea. I could mention a real flaw. I'm a bit of a shy person. And I've been trying to work on that, including through meditation sessions. And I also go to therapy with a psychologist. That has helped me quite a lot. So notice that showing my humanity while also showing I'm trying to improve is much better than trying to hide your mistakes, okay? The fifth mistake out of 9 that you can't make. Stay with me until the 9th one. Answers that don't connect to the business culture. So I always give this tip. I even bumped the camera here. I always give this tip that if you're going to any interview, say, I'm at an Emirates interview now. You need to try as much as possible to fit into that company's culture. This is very important for you to do, okay? Emirates, for example, is known for being a cosmopolitan company. So I need to give answers showing that I like people, that I enjoy being around others, that I interact with and learn about cultures, and that I respect different cultures. If I'm in a United interview, I'll show I'm someone very capable of doing more with less, optimizing resources, because United really champions that. So it's important that I study the company's culture. I'll even give you an exercise. Take a notepad on your phone or even a piece of paper and list 10 of your personality traits on one side, and on the other side, list 10 traits of the company you're interviewing with. And then you try to see which of your personality traits align with the company, so you can bring that up at any stage. This will help you. Also, to help me out, write in the comments which selection process you're going through, which company you want to work for, so I can record videos about it. Now, let's move on to the sixth mistake. The sixth big mistake is when you're doing a group interview, for example. It's very common at open days for you to participate in group interviews. In these interviews, you have to disagree with your colleagues, always with subtlety. Disagree with your colleagues always based on safety protocols that you know. Always agree with a colleague when they've done very well, because in airline selections, the winner is precisely the one who doesn't compete. He doesn't compete. He's not a competitor. He is a collaborator. So be careful. This sometimes overly aggressive competitive spirit in any group stage will fail the candidate, whether it's at a Middle Eastern airline like Emirates or Etihad, an Oceanian airline like Qantas, a European airline like Lufthansa, or any airline in the world. Be careful with that. Seventh point, it's a common reason for failure. During a face-to-face interview, for example, you simply freeze up, can't manage to speak, can't express yourself. That can also lead to failure. Of course, the recruiter understands that you're tense, that you're nervous, that it's a moment that could change your life. But my tip, pay close attention to this. If you're interviewing for any airline in the world, for a small regional carrier or for a major airline, say I'm interviewing for Alaska Airlines. I'm going through the selection for Alaska right now. I'm feeling extra nervous. The question comes to me, how do you handle situations of stress and pressure at work? No answer comes to mind. I try, but I just can't find an answer. It's very important at this moment for you to bring up an example that shows how you handle pressure. When we can tell stories and talk about our own experiences, I always teach the STAR methodology here. Situation, task, action, and result. The recruiter understands how you'll act. And it's much better than freezing up on an answer. The eighth big mistake, what if it? Too many recent personal problems. Everyone has personal problems, personal difficulties. Life often brings us unpleasant surprises, and others, very pleasant ones. I thank God every single day. I travel the world giving training, and nowadays also online with recruiters from various companies, but I live near the beach, near the sea. I live practically where it's summer, almost all year round. I live in Rio de Janeiro and Dizelle. And it's wonderful. It's a gift from God for me. But many times, life brings us bad surprises. And it has for me. And it certainly has for you too. When an airline recruiter notices that you still have issues to be resolved here on the ground before you take off in your career, they'll reject your hiring. So if you have problems, for example, a sick parent, a husband or a wife who maybe hasn't accepted the idea of you being a flight attendant very well, it's not a good idea to mention these facts in the interview. Keep that in mind. And I'm not telling you to lie. I'm telling you not to speak about it, which is different. All right? And the ninth aspect that fails many candidates is the arrogant candidate. It's the candidate who knows everything, knows everyone, has experience with everything. He's just wonderful. So he's going to have a very small learning curve. And airlines today are safe, they're global, they're, I won't say perfect, but with excellent services. Even low-cost airlines offer excellent services, very good services. And and what do they work with? Continuous improvement, that is, they are continuously improving continuously. They improve continuously. So if the person is very haughty, very arrogant, they also fail them. There are 9 mistakes. And all of this you can apply in your face-to-face interview, okay? And I'll leave the complete manual of the questions that are in the face-to-face interviews. Hurry over here to watch this video that will help you a lot. Excellent preparation. Rooting for you. Take care and see you later. Bye.